What's up, guys? Another video for the Z. We are going to be doing coilovers. I did picked up a set of Easy Street Megan Racing coilovers. From what I read online, the specs on these bad boys are, I believe they're 10K spring rate in the front and 8K in the rear. So I've read online that people say these are really stiff, but I mean, you're getting coilovers, so of course they're gonna be stiff anyway, but I haven't even opened the box yet, so I figured we'd go through this adventure together with everyone, so.
Gotta get that POV, that point of view.
Hold on, technical difficulties. Alright, here we fucking go. Ooh, fuck yeah. Alright. Hey, Brandon, you want to see this or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how much you want to bet? Okay, how much you guys want to bet that there's just going to be like packaging on top of this and not the actual coilovers themselves?
Probably.
Well, I mean, they gotta make it so it's
I know they got to
not
make it,
jumping
but I just
around.
want to open the box and... Dude.
Nope.
God damn it!
Another box inside
another box inside of a box.
Okay, hold on. Let me just reach really quick. 15. Okay, here we go. Aluminum brackets and single cylinder. Oh yeah, 15 levels of dampening. So I'm just gonna put them at, I'm just gonna put them at like completely stiff because I'm an asshole. All right, but here we go.
Oh, the most important part right there.
Yep. Stickers. We gotta get some for the fridge, so. And then there's, that.
Ta-da!
Oh, fuck yeah, bud.
Oh, and it has the remote adjusters for the rear, so you can set those on top on the rear, and you don't have to take off all your crap to get to them.
Sweet. All right. Let me just pull out the front because that was the first one I pulled out. Oh, fuck, these are a little bit heavier than what I thought they were going to be, to be honest with you. But, I mean, this is the first time I've ever done coilovers before. Look at my, dude, I feel like I have a fucking chalice. Like, I'm just... But, yeah, I'm super hyped. But, yeah. So, right now we have the car already jacked up.
It's fancy wheel ramps that we got made, that is Dominic's dad made. And we actually got to get it up a little bit more in the air so we can get the wheels and tires off, but whoa, look at that beauty right there. Directions? Don't need directions. We're professionals here. We've done 2-3 coilover installs already.
So right now, we already took off the, what would you call that? The top?
Strut tower.
Strut brace. Strut brace is already right there on the ground. I am already starting off taking off the top bolts, the top nuts. And then Nick's already down here, jamming away, already getting the pry bar and prying things off already. So, I mean, that's always a good sign. So, I mean, at least the fronts, right now we haven't ran into any hiccups. We just started like 3 seconds ago. So, I mean, it's
Pretty self-explanatory.
yeah. I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but it just seems you just got to look and then just kind of come up with a tactic, like carnival games is the best way to explain it. It's like you can't go in just blindfolded, you just got to have a little tactic and then you just fucking send it, bud. All right, so we pulled the strut out. We pulled the strut and the spring and all that stuff in the front. So what we ended up doing was we thought, holy shit, where's the light? All right, so holy crap, I'm sorry for the shitty camera, guys. So we thought that maybe we should take off the top control arm, but we didn't want to risk ruining this ball joint and costing more money and taking more time because no one likes that. So what we ended up doing, I don't know if you guys can see this well, so we ended up taking the lower control arm, right?
Lower control arm.
Yeah, so we undid the sway bar, and then we undid where it bolts up to the subframe, and it just fucking plopped right down, and then it just slid right down through the bottom. When you do this, make sure you don't get caught on any of the cables or anything like that, or the brake lines, and then you know, you're not gonna have a good time.
You're gonna have a bad time.
But we are gonna, you know, so now here they are side by side.
They're actually set up stock already.
Yeah, so there's,
Stock ride height.
so, okay, yeah, there's a little bit of a drop. There's a little bit of a drop, so, I mean, if you put them up close to each other.
Oh, well, yeah, the actual spring to spring.
Yeah,
But
well,
overall length is the
Yeah.
same. That's where it's going to change. That's why I'm saying if you put these on now, they're going to be stock.
yeah. So you
So what
wanna,
we'll do is we'll get them on, and then these are full body coilovers, so we'll unlock this, and then we'll crank them down.
yep, sounds like a plan, right, dude?
Yes, yes. Where's the measuring tape?
First thing we're gonna do is we're going to measure it to see if the, we're gonna measure it to see if the height's the same, right? Yeah, and then,
You wanna measure the overall. So you want to measure your overall coilover first, or your overall stock height of where you're at. So that way you can measure it to the actual coilover itself and know how much you're taking away inch-wise.
so how much was this
So
one?
This one right here, from the top hat to the very bottom, is 26 inches.
26 inches, okay.
And this right now is sitting at about 25 inches.
25?
About 25 and a half.
25 and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I mean, that's only a ½ inch gap. I don't want to drop it too much in the front because I don't want to roll my fenders because we don't have a fender roller, and I don't want to end up, you know, because these are expensive tires, because these are really good tires, and I don't want to, you know, end up popping them or anything like that. So, I mean, we could throw them on there and then lower it down, see what it does.
What we'll do is we'll put them on both sides, and then we'll lower it, see how it looks, and then we can raise it back up, and we can take away 2 inches or an inch or whatever over the overall size. I
Yeah.
always count thread as well, how many threads you have between here and here. That's another help.
Yeah, that's another
How
good
many-
way. That's a lot how a lot of people do it.
Like right now, yeah, on mine I know I'm seven threads. So 7 threads on the front, which I can go up more, but it's fine for now.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into these coilovers, lots of stuff that goes into suspension work, and I mean, it's just the
It's
whole
all
process.
science and rebound and dampening.
And yeah,
How-
and then another place, if you guys really want to know more about coilovers, a good YouTube channel that I watched before I got these was Engineering Explained.
Yes, they're very
And
good. Very
and
good.
he's a really cool guy. He's actually an engineer, actually. Like, he's legitimately like went to school and all that stuff. And one of those cool is he actually lives in Idaho too. Like, I didn't know that. He lives in Idaho too. So I mean, Engineering Explained, if you see us,
Yeah, he lives up in
what's
Coilover.
up? I mean, all right, so we got this side in. Sorry about the shitty lighting, boys. We got the new one in. Not really a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have the other side out as well. So I mean, we're kind of speeding along. We've only been doing this for what, 15, 20 minutes probably? 30 minutes? All right, so we got this side in, we got the passenger side in. You can't see it, but trust me, it's there. So now we're just putting the wheels back on, and we're gonna see how well it's gonna drop. So yeah. Also, if you guys haven't seen the video on my wheels, highly recommend, go check it out. I talk about Fitment Industries, the most amazing website for wheels ever. Yeah, go check them out. But yeah, we'll come. So, right here, it's about the same, which I wanted it because I want to ride more conservative, just so I don't have to roll the fenders or anything like that. But it's looking pretty good. But apparently this side needs to come down because that's a really big difference from that side. But I mean, to be honest with you, it's not fully on the ground. So we might need to roll it off. We're probably gonna roll it off, do the rears, and then do the adjustments from there. So yeah. So we finally have the garage door open. So we finally got the rear, the rear up, and then we're gonna jack up the rear. You fucking good there, dude? Or are you fucking drunk, or what's up?
Drunk.
A little drunk.
Wishing I was a little drunk.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll jack these up and then pull the wheels off and then figure out a way to get this done. So, yep. So we already got. Holy shit! You guys still can't see anything. Okay, so we got the whole strut out, and then we also got the spring out. 17, 212s up top. And then basically we undid this one, and then undid that, pulled straight out with the pry bar, pull it out right there. And then this one, we just had I just stood on this and he just popped it out. But yeah, here's the new one, the spring. So the spring will go right here because it's not a true coilover setup. A true coilover setup is an actual coilover for both front and rear. So you can actually get different toe arms, but I'm not worried about toe arms right now or camber arms or anything like that. I'm just doing straight coilovers for right now. But yeah, so the stock springs are right there. Yeah, let's get a little comparison.
That, and then you got
And
the bump stop on top.
yeah, and then we have that bump stop right there. So as you can see, there is quite a big difference between them. So I don't think we have to lower anything just to see. I mean, we can just drop it and see, because, you know,
we're gonna have to make adjustments all the way around too.
But yeah, because this side right here, yeah, we need to adjust that side, but we can do that later. But for right now, we're just trying to get this all taken care of. So yeah, once we find a way, we'll let you guys know. So
all right, guys. Sorry. So we got the driver's side or the passenger side all in.
hey, use the light over there.
Have your yeah, we need the light. All right, so we got the actual spring in the rear, has the coilover adjustment, and then the strut in, or the shock in, I should say. 2 bolts up there. Everything goes back together pretty smooth. Just make sure that you don't put a lot of tension on the spring whenever you're letting it go, because some of those are under a little bit more tension than stock. You don't want it to spring out and get you. But that's all together in there. We'll do adjusting on it whenever we get more of a look of how it sits on the ground fully. And we're over here getting all this one apart. Same thing, spring, strut, everything comes apart, goes back together pretty smooth. But we'll update you guys more whenever we get it all on the ground. And then we'll show you how to kind of adjust exactly what your height is as far as corners.
That probably might be tomorrow. I just want to ride them around, see how they feel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tomorrow. So this video probably might not be over. Like the install part will be over, but tomorrow we'll probably adjust them to see how it is, because usually it takes like about a day for them to settle, a day and a half.
It's usually a day or so, yeah.
Yeah, so-
Usually about a day or two for them to settle all the way down.
All right, so we got it all off the blocks. We still, I don't know if we told you guys, so this side has the gap. This side has, you know, gap. And then this right here, this one, it's lower than the opposite side, than the driver's side, which we really don't understand why that is. Nick thinks that's the what's it called, the threads on the springs or whatever. But I mean, right now I really don't care, because I mean, no one's gonna tell like a quarter of an inch difference. So I mean, we're just gonna go ahead and take her around the block and let her rip, tater chip, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's all it really is just waiting for it to settle. So yeah, we're just gonna, you know, take a couple test drives around. So all right guys, so we're back, part 2 of the coilover install. Me and Nick are here. We're just going to be adjusting the gap that we have, just so it's a little bit more even on both sides, because this side was higher up than that side on the front, and then the rear, that side's lower than that side on the rear.
So we have about a 2-finger gap right here on this side.
Yeah, I mean, fingers obviously aren't a good
measurement, but you can see just in general like how far it still sits up on this side compared
to that side.
And granted, we are on blocks, but compared to this side, where it's barely almost a 1.5 finger gap. So what we're thinking, what I'm thinking, is that whenever we set them on, we didn't really check how much thread was between the actual spring and the adjustment on the perch of the coilover itself. So we're gonna check how much the gap is there and see. That's more than likely why it's up on that side. Same in the rear, it's up more on this side. So the gap in the spring needs to be the same on this as it is over here. We're just gonna basically measure it, count the thread. Like on my car, I know I'm 7 threads between the bottom of the perch and the actual coilover spring perches themselves, the collars. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah, it's just a lot of measuring and double checking. It's like math homework. It's like that guess and check method that you use. It's like, oh, you guess and then you have to like check back up and down. It's one of the most annoying parts about coilovers is that you have to jack up the car multiple times before you actually get them ready and set to go. But I still need to get an alignment. It's been about like a week since I put these on. So there is a little bit of a time gap between this. I mean, Jesse got halfway done with his motor, but I mean, there's not much on that. He just keeps running into problems on that, so it hasn't been going really too good for him. But yeah, we'll get this taken care of, so we'll update you guys whenever we find the right fitment. So attempt number 67, we still have the gap. We still have the uneven gap on this side. Still wider on this side than it is on the other side. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to adjust the perch because we adjust the springs thinking that was going to be it. They were off. Now they're even on both sides. Still off somehow, but we don't know. So
just drop this side.
We're just going to probably end up dropping it. So
yeah, as long as the springs are even, because they were about a 1/4 inch off on this side. It was at 8.5 on this side and 8 3/4 on that side, from the top of the spring to the bottom of the spring. So we even that out. So now we're just gonna drop maybe about half inch on this side.
probably.
Maybe what we need is about a 1/2 inch from the perch itself.
I just say we should just zero it out to where it's even on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just so it's just we have it at a set right height.
Yeah, we'll put it at
So-
8.5. I think is what we were looking at.
All right, guys. So we finally got everything all adjusted. We just adjusted the springs in the rear, and now everything's sitting. You know, the gap is fine in the back. I might go lower, I might not. It just all depends on what I want to do. Me personally, if I'm gonna go low, I want to get a fender roller just in case, you know, we run into that issue with that. But I still need to get it aligned though. It hasn't been too unbearable without the alignment because I don't wander from place to place. Like when I hit a bump, I don't like wander to the right or to the left. Everything is all fine, squared away, but still need to get an alignment on it. I am running camber really bad on some wheels compared to the others.
Yeah, it needs to be adjusted in a little bit towed in too.
Yeah.
Toe adjustment needs a little bit of help, but other than that, I think it's pretty straight. I mean, we're pretty much 1.5 all the way around. Maybe about 2 in the rear. It's a little steep up in the rear, but at least we know exactly where we're at. We're even all the way around, and it'll settle more. It's only been about a week and a half.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know what everyone was complaining about, these coilovers being stiff, but they're not. They just seem like the normal ride that they got. They probably just have it on a stiff setting. But I mean, it's okay. The ride's fine. The ride's how it normally did. No complaints here. I mean, it's a really good product. I think everyone should run them if you're doing like a very minimalistic build, trying to build on a budget. This is good coilovers to get compared to like, you know, $300 eBay ones. But no, everything is, you know, pretty good. So I have no complaints, but I mean, if you guys like it, just leave a comment or something, or go ahead and like this video. Just go ahead and subscribe or something like that. So, you know, show us some love. I mean, that's all we really need. I mean, just watch a couple of our videos, call it good. But anyway, see you guys in the next one. Later.